The following program contains strong language and sexual situations. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Storytime, motherfuckers! Woo!
Alright, y'all, October 2020, I was bored as hell. It had been a while since I hung out with anybody, and even though I love being alone, I was getting a little lonely, so I figured, hey, why not hang out with someone? So I was hitting up people on my phone, and one of the people I hit up was my guy QZ. Now, QZ was part of the class of 2021. He was a senior and I was a junior at this time. He was a grade above me. We became good friends through football practice. So he was one of the people I hit up and asked to hang out. QZ already had his driver's license. I still had my driver's permit. So QZ hit me back up an hour later and was like, bro, I was actually about to go to a party in 2 weeks and I don't know anyone there except the host and I feel kind of nervous going alone. You trying to come with me? So me being bored as a bitch that day, I go, yeah, sure. Fuck it, right? I was still young in high school. More experiences to look back on. So QZ goes, okay, but there's gonna be deep grade drugs at this party. And me knowing me, I knew I was not gonna do anything there because I'm not a junkie ass person. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't vape. The most I'll do is some weed. But fuck it, I was still gonna go because it was gonna be wild. And the last time I went to a party was in February of 2020. So 2 weeks passed by. QZ picks me up in his car. Moments later, we pulled up to the party and QZ was basically telling me that he was chill with the host and everything. So as we started walking to the house, I could already hear loud ass trap music coming from inside the house and I could already smell the weed. So I was like, ah shit. So QZ knocks on the door. Some random ass dude answered. The dude just looked at us and goes, are y'all lost? QZ basically said, we know Andrew. The dude then looked back and said, yo Andrew, you know these fools? This Andrew kid came to the door. Mans was redheaded, ginger kid, pale, kinda weird. I don't know how he managed to get this many people to come to his party. Plus, the house wasn't even that big, but hey, it's whatever. So, Andrew was like, oh shit, Q, what's good, my G? QZ daps him up. Andrew looks at me and goes, who's this? QZ goes, this is the friend I was telling you I would bring. Andrew goes, oh, alright, what's good, bro? So I said, what's good back, and we dapped up. So he lets us inside, and we walk upstairs, and this man's was throwing a party on the whole top floor. Like, there were some people downstairs on the middle floor chilling and shit on the couches, but the party was mostly upstairs for some weird reason. I don't know. But one thing I did know was that this was a junkie party. 95% of the people at this party were either smoking nicotine, sipping lean, smoking weed, drinking, etc. And I'm just there like, bruh, not my thing. And QZ was just there like, oh shit, this is my kind of party. So yeah, after a while we started partying. Mind you, I was doing nothing cosmetic. No drinking, no pills, no vape, no lean. I hit someone's blunt, but that was about it. None of the females there were worth smashing or even talking to for that matter. So I didn't talk to a single female that night. You know those females that are very attractive appearance-wise, but personality-wise, they are a zero? Yeah, those were the type of females at this party. Like, they looked good on the outside, but they had some rotten souls within. Low value ass bodies with nothing to offer. Like, these females were some junkies, for real, for real. So, moments passed by, and QZ was talking to this girl, and me and QZ were just chilling on the couch, you know? We were just there mildly high. Well, QZ was more high than me. I don't get high easily because my tolerance is very, very high. And QZ was just there talking to this female. So QZ starts drinking a lot because this female offered him a bottle of tequila. And my mans was drinking like a lot. And I was kind of looking out for him. And I told QZ, yo, chill with that. You got to drive me later. QZ goes, bro, we're fine. I do this all the time.
What?
Bro, my mans was wildin', bro. One thing I knew damn well I was not doing was being driven home by a drunk driver. I don't care if you drive me while being high, but if you're drunk, that's a different story. But anyways, I went and walked around because I knew nobody there, like nobody. And everybody was tweaking off of something. So I just went back to find QZ. I looked for him everywhere, and I went to the basement to see if he was there. You guys want to know what this motherfucker was doing? I found him in this small little room doing cocaine off this girl's ass. I swear to fucking God, bro. So I was like, yo! I wanted to stop him from doing this shit, but it was too late. My mans was already snorting that shit off this naked ass girl. It was the girl from the couch. So I don't know what I was thinking. I tried stopping him, but this female insisted I don't. And my mans was snorting this shit off of her left ass cheek, and I'm just there watching it. I don't know why. Don't judge. I just never saw someone do lines off of someone's ass before. That's some Jordan Belfort type shit, for real, for real. So after he finished it, he just stared off into thin air. So after QZ sadly finished snorting it, he goes, yo, what the
Coke pussies, and on her tongue overdose while I go and snort off of the bitch. Coke pussy, shoot at your mans in the head and I go leave his ass in a ditch. Coke, 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 coke.
Pussies, and on her tongue overdose while I go and snort off of the bitch. Coke pussy, shoot at your mans in the head and I go leave his ass in a ditch.
I was like, bro, you good? I tried tugging him because he was just still, on his knees, staring off into nothing. Then he turned to me and slapped the living shit out of me, out of nowhere. He just slapped the shit out of me randomly. I was just trying to help him, and this man's slapped me to the ground, and his slaps were hard. So I'm there like, fuck. This man's was going fucking Cozmetic. He was going off the wall. My man's was tweaking, for real, for real. So then QZ sees Andrew go upstairs with some girls, and QZ zooms past me and is like, yo, Andrew, wait up, bro. So I'm just there on the floor with this fat ass hand mark over my face, and I turn to the girl that QZ did coke off of. I don't think she cared that I watched them do that shit, but her bare ass was still out and everything, and she was like, you better go get your friend before he does something wild. And that's exactly what I did. So I ran upstairs. QZ was not on the middle floor, so I go upstairs and I was hearing woo, woo from one of the rooms, and it was QZ's voice. So I followed it and went into the room where it was coming from. I walked in and QZ was opening the bedroom window from the top level of the house. This is where things went south real quick. He looked at me, I looked at him, and I said, you better fucking not. Q, don't do it. Don't you fucking dare. You better fucking not. I swear to fucking God, bro. You better fucking Q, you better fucking not. I swear to God. QZ looked at the open window that he had just opened, and then he looked at me. He looked at the open window one more time and back at me, and my man's just yeeted himself out the window. I tried running fast in time to try and catch him from falling, but it was too late. He had already jumped out of the window. So I panicked and I almost shit myself. I felt like a bad friend. I felt like a babysitter taking care of a hyperactive child. So I ran to the window to see if he was okay. I yelled down, bro, are you good? Bro. My man's was on the ground, on his knees, and he stood up with no problem like it was nothing. And he looked up at me and said, F you, Tobias! Tobias? What? That wasn't even my name, but okay. So he went back in the house, and I ran downstairs to meet up with him, and he runs to the basement, and I was just following him nonstop. Why? Number one, he was the only person I knew at that party, and number two, I was trying to make sure he didn't do some stupid shit like hurt someone or hurt himself, but it seems as if he already did just that. So, mind you, the basement did not have a lot of people compared to upstairs. So, he went downstairs and he was just going ham, bro. I'm surprised this man's didn't die that night. So, he just laid down rolling around and I kind of just sat there watching him. I felt like a parent, dead ass. So, moments later, he got up, went into this room in the basement. He walked into this room and I followed him in there to see this Andrew kid f***ing the two chicks he had with him earlier. Now, QZ wanted to join in it. I didn't at all. I was not trying to join that shit at all. I was not trying to catch two dicks in my mouth, and I wasn't trying to f*** these s***ies with potential STDs inside that soft little pussy. No way, Jose. I'm good. Andrew was just doing lines off of one of the girls' bodies while QZ was fucking the shit out of this one girl. I felt sus just watching them. I was bewildered at what I was watching. I went back outside and sat there. QZ came outside the room. He went upstairs. Man, of course I had to follow him. He sat on the couch in the living room, he drank some more, and then moments later he passed out. That was my cue to take him, so I did the unthinkable. I picked him up, put him on my shoulder. Mind you, Husey was like 5'11" and weighed 160 pounds. I'm 6'3" and I weigh about the same as him, so picking his small ass up was no problem. So I picked him up and I put him on my shoulder and walked out of that jaunt. I went back to his car, put him in the passenger seat, and I was about to do the unthinkable. I did not have my driver's license with me, but you know me, I be driving regardless. So I went to the back, went through Q's pockets, got his keys, started the car, and drove to Q's house. I knew where he lived, so driving there was no problem. Moments later, I drove to his house, parked the car on the driveway, turned off the car, left the keys in his pocket as he slept in the back, and I Ubered home. I just went home. The next day, I got a text from QZ. He was basically tripping and freaking out. He was asking me if he did any crazy shit last night since he didn't remember. And I told him everything, and he was super ashamed. He told me that he threw up in his room everywhere and that he has a pounding migraine headache. Thank God I don't do coke. But QZ is barely conscious after that whole situation, cause bro, I'm surprised he's not dead. The amount of cocaine he did that night, I'm surprised he's still on this earth. That party was Cozmetic. I'm glad I didn't fuck no junkie that night. Junkie girls are nasty as Ladies, I don't care if you smoke weed. If you vape, drink, or do hardcore drugs, that's a fat ass turnoff for me. That shit is unattractive as So, yeah, never again.